It's a pleasure to be coming to you from the Nation Newsroom for Writers Roundtable, a program where we tackle the topical issues in sports. I'm Haydn Gill, and I'm joined by my colleagues Barry Alleyne, Mike King, and Justin Marville. Gentlemen, the topic today that we're going to put under the microscope, track and field, BSAC Track and Field Championships. And given that several schools consistently from year to year finish in the bottom half of the table, should the championships be structured under a two-tier system to allow the lower schools the opportunity to compete for a trophy? Barry, you can be first out of the blocks.
Well, Hayden, I think it would be a foolhardy move if you were to have a two-tier system. And my reason of thinking is this. You can't plant corn and reap corn flakes. It simply will not happen. The same way that these young men and women have a syllabus at school that they work under, a similar syllabus can be done for sports. It can be spread across the system, where every coaching staff of every school have this syllabus, they use this syllabus, and they develop their athletes from 11 years old when they come into school, straight up to if they go into sixth form. In that way, every school has a system that they can use to improve their track and field pool, and exponentially the overall level of track and field would rise, and it would probably rise together for every school. So I really don't think a need for two leagues. That would only dilute the pool even more. It's already pretty weak. What do you think, Mike?
Well, it sounds good. I've heard that talk before, but the truth is really and truly that we've gone on for years and years under this system and it hasn't worked. And I think really and truly it is depleting in terms of morale and that kind of thing. We had a situation last year.
Explain yourself what we mean it hasn't worked.
Well, the standard and depth of our track and field hasn't gone anywhere. What I'm proposing is not improving the depth, but I'm also offering a feel-good situation for what he called the lower schools. I think he really went the lower player schools to give them something to strive for.
But do we want them to feel good or do we want them to improve?
Are they improving right now? What is happening now is that only 5 or 6 schools, are can only win in the school sports. We have a situation that, for instance, Mark got 1 point last year. 4. Eversley boys got 4 points last year. I mean, nothing is happening in our track and field really truly. I'm proposing a system that we have the 10 schools who didn't do well, all of them come together and compete among one another. I think that can in some way be a little better situation than what we have.
Mike, with all due respect, I think such a system, I mean, as you have said, it can give the schools a feel-good thing, but at the end of the day, the responsibility of the track and field authorities is to develop and improve the standard of track and field. And under your proposal, I don't think that will work. How I look at it, those schools which are currently struggling, they have to devote the resources, put systems in place to help lift their standard. If you have C-class horses competing with C-class horses, they will never reach A standard. I don't think that's going to work, Mike.
What happens with our 11 plus system, Mr. Gildo? All of the C-class horses are in the same schools in 11 plus. What I'm proposing is no different than what happens academically. I am saying is all of the moderate students in Barbados go to the same schools. You don't have the high achievers. Some of the high achievers are at Harrison College and some at Grant Lyons Memorial. I'm saying is what I'm proposing is no different.
But your argument is very flawed though, because every single student takes the same exam. Mm-hmm. So it's not as if you prepare a separate exam for who you expect to be your top flight students, and then some for those who are not so academically inclined.
But what I'm proposing is the same that happens with 11 plus. I'm having all of the people with the same abilities in the same classroom. That's what I'm proposing. It is no different.
But how will it help track and field?
Mm-hmm. Would you not prefer a system that envelops every child that is interested in track and field, and every child is faced with a syllabus ahead of it, in front of it, and there are particular points in that syllabus you follow, and you gradually develop to a particular level, which would mean that it would be irrelevant what school you're at, because you would be doing the same syllabus. It's like doing an exam. Everyone gets the same English language exam. Not everyone gets the same track and field or sports development syllabus. It doesn't have to be only track and field. It can be a sports development syllabus, where every school then would have a system that would improve sports for young men and women in Barbados across the board.
But the real truth is, though, is that the playing field is not level. All the schools don't get the same facilities, are not armed with the same level of coaches. I'm saying is that.
But whose fault is that then?
Well, I am not here to.
I think,
I'm not here
but
to
you're missing the
but
ground
the
point.
real problem is that the physical education departments of some of the rural schools weak. I am saying that is not going to change. I am saying is that with my way now, I am saying is that I am still getting a bit of a feel good and rivalry. I'm saying what
But they will feel good.
I'm
The
saying-
rivalries will be there, but the product will be weak.
no, but I'm saying is that what you all want to maintain is the major schools, the school that you went to Lodge, the school you went to Cornwall, the school you went to Queen's College, getting 290 points. No secondary schools getting 6, and that's the quality you want.
But I'm not saying I want to maintain that. I am saying that what we really need is a completely new sports development system for schools in Barbados, where a system is developed that all 22 secondary schools can use. So
Very
then you
interesting
wouldn't have to
discussion,
worry.
gentlemen. Obviously, we're out of time. However, Mike, I'm going to give the final word with you.
Well, I'm not backing down. I still think I agree. Barry's point has some merit in it, but for the time being, for the interim, I would go with the 2